So our character creator is part of our new game process. And I'm going to be drinking my cold coffee because it's Monday morning. So.
it's how Cameron stays active.
This is my second coffee, and it's like, anyway.
Yeah.
So here is the race selection and appearance selection. So you can see there's Canary and Dwarf, Elf, Human, and then obviously flipping it over to male. And we've got obviously Dwarves and everything there. So I'm just going to mess around with a particular...
Well, actually, can we go back just one?
Sure.
One I want to point out. So when you hit character creation, it says Rogue, Dual Wield, Rogue, Archer.
It does.
Yeah.
You know, I'm probably going to be playing some normal stuff, normal difficulty in the...
Actually, we just had another wave of invites go out, so that's pretty nice. We're seeing a lot more feedback coming in.
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't you have like 5,000 codes?
Everyone
spam Mike for codes.
I don't anymore.
Come on.
Actually, I don't. I had to give them all away by asking really obscure trivia questions.
Yeah. Okay, so here we are. We're in our appearance customization. So there's default heads that we start you with that you can then customize.
I love the punchy prize fighter.
Yeah, this guy.
This guy's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's lost. Well, he's won more fights than he's lost. I think is what that face says.
Yeah. All right. So now I'm customizing this particular character. You can see there's a whole bunch of different categories here. If we go into general, initially, so you can see there's like freckles and things like that in there as well. As you sort of flip through those. Go with that one.
Sure.
Okay. So eye color here, again, this is the basics of the eye color. We can change that in a really cool slider later on. Hair, there's a whole bunch of different styles in here.
The tussle, the undercut, the He-Man, and the Joan Jett.
Yeah, yeah. The it reminds me of that guy from God, I can't remember the name of the show. Anyway,
that's fine.
Yeah, I like that guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
The big thing was we wanted to give a bunch of different hairstyle options for people. Like, you know, if you want to have long, you want to have short, we want to give a bunch of those. Of course, hair color is always important, and it will transition down to your facial colors as well.
Where were we? Mouth and jaw. Okay. So you can see the mouth width is changing, the upper part of the mouth as well. And mouth position, you know, you can take that all sorts of weird and wonderful.
A little pursed, yeah.
Yeah.
He's posing for his selfie now, I think.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Getting the duck lips.
Want full lips?
Dude, again.
Man, you're not helping me. You're supposed to be creative.
I'm giving you the opportunity to fulfill your fantasy, which apparently is a scruffy guy with green eyes.
Yeah.
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 There's our jaw size going on. See the skin moving over that jaw there. Chin size. Zoom out a little bit. Double chin. I love this one.
Yep.
Yeah. That'd be nice. Yeah.
There's a fun little thing. The race you get, or the gender you get at the start of the game is randomized.
Yes.
So it's like just, I don't know, you're going to get a set of cards.
Mm-hmm.
It is the bumpers to switch them. Let's see, doesn't matter for Karajan. We'll go Canary Mage.
Yeah, I like Mage.
There we go. Ooh, a Talbashov. And then again, to talk about it, so
character is set. Are you able to revisit the character generator later in the game?
Not currently. Not currently. That's something again we're looking at potentially later. Yeah, we jokingly call that the face melter.
Yeah.
It's something that may happen post release. We may patch it in or something like that. But for right now, the nice thing is we're trying very hard. We got our lighting guys to make sure that this is a close approximation to kind of a neutral lighting state for the game.
Yes.
Because that's something we've gotten a lot of feedback on. Is wow, I look totally different here than when I
did in the game. And I've had that problems in all sorts of games. We definitely don't want to do that.
And one of the nice advantages of the opening of the game, which we're not going to spoil today, is that you do have a variety of lighting conditions right off the bat. So if you don't like it, it's very easy to restart. Not ideal. I'd rather do a face melter, but we'll look at that as a potential future option. Oh, there you go with the hawk. Now, this one's always a popular question. Can I have a Canary without horns?
Yes.
Sten style? Absolutely, you can.
You can have hornless and like little stubs as well, and full horns. So let's jump in there.
Let's do that, because everybody wants to know about the hair. So we'll start here. Now, this slider says horns, but it's actually a combination of horns and hair. Most of these styles are available with the different horn patterns. Here you have sort of a I sawed it off kind of Talvashoth look.
Yeah, I love
here's
that one with
that's
all the
kind
intricate sort of
it's
patterns
been
on the metal,
inlaid, and then apparently the tip's been broken off. Again, kind of a nice layered look, some studding, I guess, if you want to win at a headbutting competition.
Well,
forward curls.
There was still, remember that guy down at PAX a couple of years ago? Someone was like, "Does the Canary have like a headbutt special ability?" And I was like, "What? Yeah. Oh, that should be great."
Yeah. Well, you can make a warrior in charge. That
That's
sure
true,
feels.
yeah.
That sure feels pretty. Here we go. Now we're into the asymmetrical breaks. That's the.
That's really cool.
I fell off the back of a hay wagon.
Yeah.
Here's the. I fell off the back of the hay wagon the other way with a new hairstyle.
Backwards.
Symmetrical. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you know she had to pull herself out of that.
Yeah.
And this is more into the spaces, the Cerebos or the some of the Talvashoth Raiders in DA2, where they quite deliberately sawn off their horns.
Yeah.
And then we get into the hornless variations as well. So you have a variety of different shapes and styles and metals.
Cool.
So I know that one was a pretty popular ask.
Actually, on Twitter last night, I was seeing a lot of people asking about the skin tone of the Canary.
Sure, okay.
So
let's dig on that. So the Canary, they definitely a very different skin tone set than we have. You run to a fairly pale kind of gray there. Pull through the different grays, and then you head more into the bronzy territory, closer to what Sten's color was, with that slight green tinge. A little bit more pink, and then all the way down into kind of this dark bronze, and then right there for almost this like jet black look, which can be really striking.
Given red eyes.
Yeah, you go into like the more traditional Canary kind of white hair or blondes.
Like Horndro.
Yeah, a lot of people are. Yeah, kind of. A lot of people are very curious about hair color. We bandied about whether we'd restrict to white or something like that. And we decided no, it needs some variations, but obviously not the full range that the humans have. Or the elves.
Do you want to do female voice?
Yeah, absolutely. So our two voice actors, you've probably seen Connell get spit on various times by one of them.
So good.
But of course, for the American voice, which would be the one you heard first, Sumali Montano is Somali. Sorry, I said it slightly wrong there. Is voicing. So again, your two choices, able to switch between some nice sample lines, get a sense of the lip sync in motion as well.
Yeah.
All right, come out of here. Now beyond that,
adjust the body type at all. We have a number of questions about that.
Oh, body type. So people keep asking about body type, and totally fair question. Narrating the walkthrough and everything. We started in that awesome cave with the waterfall coming down. What we didn't do was look behind, and behind us there was a door, which leads into here. So
and nugs always hang out there as well.
There's always a nug there, just going chirp, unless the mercenary assassins are in the midst of killing it.
Yes,
which can happen at times. But yeah, this is a nice. Think of it as E3, the alternate path.
That's right. Yeah.
So this area would have been a dwarven area where they built up to the surface and then kind of sealed it back off. Obviously, it's fallen into some disrepair. Some of the cavern has collapsed because the dwarves have had to abandon it. And as we've come here, it's usually to investigate the fact that there are some Carta that are now kind of taking it over and are using it in some way.
But what I could have done is bring up my tactical cam and scout it ahead.
Instead of being slightly prescient.
Yeah, So you can see, so tactical cam, obviously, it's back on all the platforms. It's really bringing in that sense of that you had with Dragon Age Origins farming, and you can see everything play out.
On PC, that's a remappable key.
Exactly,
so,
that's right.
You can be playing the whole combat in this mode. You can toggle between the modes. Of course, you can get some pretty wicked screenshots.
This is really cool.
Like this guy's like, I wish you were here because look at me.
Yeah,
determined.
exactly.
So determined.
The model guy. Yeah. So this is really cool. What we found is that the players, the more people get their hands on these, this tactical cam and
you did a shield bash.
So can you fall off those ledges?
Yeah,
there?
worth noting. You can.
I could.
As a player, if you fall off, you will reset and come back up. If you send an NPC sailing off those ledges, then they will be able to. They will die. They will die absolutely horribly, and it's immensely satisfying.
It is.
Cassandra, in particular, has a couple moves that are very, very good for sending guys flying with the shield, doing bashes.
So I'm just going to run around for a little bit, Mike, and
window always open itself right there.
It can be. It's contextual.
Up to you.
If you don't have a quest track, then it will turn off. You can also turn it to be off all the time, on all the time. Up to you how you built into.
That's right, and it's the same with things like damage floaters. You know, you're seeing some damage floaters coming up there. I've changed my config to only have damage floaters for my controlled character.
You can do the whole party.
You can do the whole party. You can do, I think, none as well.
Yeah, you can say none. I don't want any damage floaters.
That's right.
So we had a guy come down around here. Now, another thing worth noting, the armor that Cameron is wearing on his main character, we'll take a look at is the one of the suits you get if you pre-order.
That's right. Yeah.
Now, we did some cool stuff this time around. In fact, coming up very soon, we're going to dig in on crafting and customization. I'm actually just looking at a QA. You guys have sent in some questions. How does that work? Walk us through it. So I've written up an intro. But here's one of the things that's very near and stuff. But once you have it, you're going to get a starter set of armor if you pre-order the game. You're also going to get the schematic for that armor. Meaning that you could be building that armor out of dragon scale, out of the best materials in the game. If you really like the look, you can actually invest some time into crafting and make that armor out of like top tier stuff.
That's right.
In fact, you can do that with almost every armor in the game. You can find a schematic for it, buy it, recover it from some ancient tag, and once you have it, you can then use the Inquisition to cash it in to build it.
Yep. Thank God you're here because I can't build.
Drakestone.
Oh, it's a Drake, sorry.
Yeah.
Each I can't read.
Yeah.
Each type of crafting material has different stats. Just pause that for
Damage.
sorry.
One of the mechanics we mentioned is kind of get away from the idea of the heal spam mage. That's the heal.
Yep.
Is that instead the whole party kind of works together.
Whoa.
Oh, you sir have that is Blink.
That is Blink.
And you've zoomed off of the slide. So it lets you move very quickly through combat. Great for evading dragon fire and such.
Yep.
So as a party, you can have your mages set up barrier. You'll notice the Inquisitor right now has that swirling blue around him and a bar overlaid. That barrier will eat damage, so it prevents it. Warriors can build up something called guard. If you challenge a foe, if you taunt a foe, if you shield block or parry, there are many ways warriors can build up their guard stat. And guard, which you'll see again on the Inquisitor and cast now, are those silver bars. So that you can get any character back up during combat. It's slow.
Yep.
Whereas the spell is like, he's up and stuff you heal. You can even invest in some really, really high-end alchemy and get a potion, like a throwable grenade that can revive people from unconscious states. He's also good in a mix. You can actually build him one of two ways. Two-hand tanking is possible.
Yep. You can see the low health. So you can see when they sort of flash low health and then one of them's drinking a potion to pull up. Quickly putting a barrier there as well.
Yeah.
So this is definitely tough to fight for my level. So these guys are level 8. I'm level 7. Those guys are brutal.
A fight like this, you can be really well served. There's a couple of different strategies Cam can use. If you can keep the guys clustered, which you can do with Break Cry with Cassandra, they're much better than their own potions as well. So this fight's getting nasty. If you can get them clustered, you can throw up and throw Caltrops in with Varric.
Yep.
You can use your two-hander behind him. Being behind a guy naturally gets you a bonus for your chance to crit. Oh, that was actually a spell detonator. That guy was electrified and you hit him with a muzzle. That's why he died in the cataclysm of lightning. Oh, and we've lost Cass. Tank down.
But we did win.
We did win.
They'll come up, but now, I mean, what have we got? Like 2 potions left?
Yeah. So it's a locked door, so you need a rope to open that. We also, I don't know if we went through it, but there was I saw a wall that you could knock down if you had a warrior.
There was, yeah. There's different sort of barrier types in the game. Like there's some really interesting magic barriers as well that the mages are really useful for, obviously. And then locked doors are the equivalent for a rogue, right? But we wanted something for everyone, regardless of the character. And try and give you some
friendly fire, and can you cast abilities and spells out of combat?
Yes and yes.
Yeah, yes and yes, actually. So friendly fire is separate mode in the game, so it's not tied to difficulty. It's basically just an option you toggle on.
Yep.
One word of warning is that the AI can get a little punchy when it comes to friendly fire, so you may want to turn off, hey, fireball attack, free cast. You can barrier your party.
There's me doing it.
Yeah. And in fact, so philosophically, we wanted to make sure that you could prepare.
That's
for
right.
all that.
Yep.
So while barrier will burn down over time, absolutely.
Are the deluxe edition items tied to just a single playthrough?
No, any item that you're receiving via like a DLC or like a pre-order bonus or whatever, would start every time you started a new game.
Yep.
Yeah, we don't want them to be
So they Templars.
So these guys here, in fact, we can lock onto them and get an idea. So here we have part of the Templar fight that's happening because the there's an elf.
Yeah,
because of the permanent health damage. The injuries was the system we had in DAO and DA2 where it permanently damaged you. But entering into combat at 10% health or 25% health, it scales based on difficulty. Seemed penalizing enough.
I'm so gonna die. Why do you make me die, Mike?
Well, because it gives you a chance to get.
Because I win.
It gives you a chance to breathe, to feel truly at ease. Oh, he's about to go berserk. Bam! Yeah.